What's up, guys? Welcome to Rob the Art Teach Interviews. Today, we have the esteemed pleasure of interviewing Doodlejor. Doodlejor is a graduate from SCAD. He's a animator, an illustrator, and overall dope individual who produces such amazing work. He's had the opportunity to be featured on the Super Bowl and doing a collaboration with Bape and Adidas. So I'm excited to bring him to you guys. Let's welcome him in. What's up, Jordan?
How's it going?
How are you?
I'm excellent.
So I know you are originally from Brooklyn, New York. So my original jump right off the bat question is, what part of your upbringing as a person who grew up in New York City
Mhm.
plays a role in your artistry?
Oh, for sure. Oh, that's a good question. Um, so Brooklyn is very it's very urban, very gritty. I grew up around a lot of graffiti, even though I could never get into it. But it definitely that's kind of what my work is like. My work is it's very street. It's very kind of organic. Um, it's just I don't even know how to describe my work.
I
Yeah.
got you. I got you. So with you having, because your characters that you build and your illustrations and your all your overall works, like the rats and the people and everything, kind of have like this stylistic flair to urban esque, Brooklyn esque kind of feel to it. So would you say like your character style is influenced by your where you've been, or like what overall influences the style of your characters?
Oh, okay. Okay, got you. So New York, I would say, it inspires you to kind of be an individual. It's a lot of exploration of yourself. It's very hard to stand out in a city like New York because everybody's kind of doing something. There's so many interesting people,
Mhm.
interesting cultures. So I would say that my work is kind of just a result of what I took interest in. I took interest in fashion when I got to high school. I was watching anime, Dragon Ball Z when I was little. I
Wow.
was watching Looney Tunes. Um, I was I was kind of it was a lot of cartoons mostly. Yeah.
Okay, so did the cartoons that you watched
Mhm.
have a major influence on you deciding that this is where you wanted to be, like the style art you wanted to pursue? Or what made you decide to pursue this genre of art?
Mm. Um, I wouldn't say it influenced the style as much, like me wanting to pursue the style, but more so like I knew I wanted to draw cartoons, because definitely watching Looney Tunes, I was like, okay, the only thing I want to really do is animate, or I want to play basketball, and basketball, of course, didn't work out, so I just kept having fun drawing, so so if I just kept drawing, I just kept drawing, just keep drawing. And then eventually, when you have to choose a career path, it was like, well, this is the only thing I really want to do because it's fun. And I found out I could make money with it.
Mm, that's good. So we know that you've had the opportunity for your work to be featured all over the place. I know you're a SCAD graduate. I know you have had the opportunity to do the Super Bowl, but what to this day has been your most rewarding opportunity that you've been awarded as an artist?
Hmm. I would say working on my first show for Adult Swim. I got to work at Awesome Incorporated. It's a studio out in Atlanta. And they hit me up for season 2 of a show called Jemiseto Machu Picchu. And that was always the goal. Like the goal was to become an artist for TV, so I could have something to see, be able to see my work on TV.
Mm.
So I have to say that was the biggest project for me because that was the dream, that was the goal, that was what I was working for, and that's what kind of made me feel like I was actually doing what I spent money on school for.
Definitely. I didn't even know that. That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. So with you having gone to SCAD and you going through a program within the arts, how do you feel like that helped you in understanding how to brand yourself and build yourself as an individualized artist?
Mm. Um, I think the first thing is definitely like it forces you to work on your own projects because the projects they'll give you, they're not going to be fun. They're not going to make you want to do more artwork. They're going to make you want to kind of take breaks. So I require myself to do a lot of personal projects. I
Mm,
stayed in my sketchbook. I was doing commissions on the side to make some extra money. So I would say that I definitely needed to work on my own stuff, and that's the quickest way I would say to improve is you just work on your own stuff. Because that's the stuff that's gonna get you jobs, and that's the stuff that's gonna kind of make you feel fulfilled when you're doing this.
that's good. That's good. So I know that you have had the opportunity now for Adult Swim. You've had the opportunity to be a part of the Bape Adidas collection. Where do you see yourself going within the next 5 years with your artistry?
Mm, definitely building on my own brand. I think it's really important to own something, and I have a lot of ideas that I feel like don't exist yet in the way that I see them, and that's what I want to do. Like I want to bring my own ideas to life and have something that nobody else can have a piece of unless they pay me for it. You know.
Mm, definitely. Have you ever thought about opening up to teaching people how to animate, illustrate, and learn about the styles and the techniques and the foundations of what you do?
Yeah, for sure. I still have to start my Twitch. I was supposed to start it like 2 years ago. It just never happened. But I think I'm more of a one-on-one tutoring type of
Mm,
person. I like that. I've been working with my friend Dwayne since I met him. And I haven't really been trying to teach him. Like he asks a lot of questions, but it just turns out that I happen to be a helping hand in his progress. So I like one-on-one things. I like organic relationships. Um, yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome. So we say that we are going to new heights, new levels, and doing new things, right? What is one area that you see yourself branching out into that you may have never thought you would have branched out into years ago?
Mm. I think writing. Yeah. Uh, so people say I'm a good writer, but I don't like writing. But I have ideas for characters and for stories, of course, that I eventually want to get made. Like I have a character named Durag Man, and he's like a silky smooth superhero. So ideas like that I wanna either pitch or produce myself in my
Mm.
own time.
Yeah, I see you write a lot of backstories to your characters, and it's kind of like you give them a life,
Mm.
um, other than just being an illustration. You kind of write a backstory to them. You tell a story about them, and it's kind of like it engulfs the people that are able to look at it because now we're like, yo, this is what Do Rag Man is about. This is what Rat Man is about. This is like we get to know a little bit more about it, and it kind of like the way you write it is also super like charismatic and funny at the same time because it's like a little it feels like some of it may feel like a little sarcastic and like all different kind of things in it, and it makes it fun, and it also helps the viewer to engage with your work, and also it gives your brand a lot more personality. And so when I look at your work and I say this is something from Doodlejor, I look at it and it's like almost like I already know it's yours because I understand the personality behind your brand content and the way you write and the way the copy is attached to the illustrations and things like that. It sells its own entity, if you will.
Mhm.
So I definitely love it. Um, as far as branding yourself, what would you say has been your biggest struggle as building the Doodle Drawer brand?
Mostly, it's mostly marketing,
Mm,
and I would say, yeah, I think marketing. I was gonna say kind of story, but I think the story is fine. It's just how to convey the story in a way that people can understand or that people will engage with your product. Um, Marketing is just really hard
mm,
because people are so saturated with the content that they get already, and then you're you're a small guy,
yep.
relatively small, and you're trying to you're trying to get somebody to buy something else that they probably don't fully need, but it would make their life better in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. So I have a question. What services do you offer under your brand?
I offer illustration services, so like cover artwork. If someone has a clothing brand and they need some designs for that, I offer slightly like graphic design, but it's more so like custom typography.
Mm,
I offer character design, um, sometimes animation, not too much because it's kind of hard to pay for, but animation services definitely. Yeah, anything creative, really.
oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. So if you were to speak to Doodle Jor at the age of 5 from where you are now, what would be something that you would tell yourself, tell your younger self, um, to motivate you?
I would say to speak up. Like I was a very quiet kid, and I feel like I missed out on a lot of opportunities
Mm,
when I was younger because I was too shy to speak or too shy to express myself. So definitely just speak up. People will like it, and they'll think you're funny.
definitely, definitely. So I want to leave with this last note. I want you to give us a little word of encouragement to the artists, to the elementary, middle, high school, collegiate level artists that may be coming up that may be looking at you and saying, I want to be where he is one day. I want to experience those same kind of experiences that he have. I want to be an artist that is successful in this realm. I want you to give a word of encouragement to that artist.
Mm. A couple things I would say: stay focused, try to keep having fun, um, just be yourself. As long as you are yourself completely, you'll get where you want to go. Don't try not to compare yourself because you have a unique voice. There's always going to be somebody who's better or worse than you, but it doesn't matter as long as you tell your own story in your own way. That's all that's important.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Doodlejor, for taking the time out and letting us know a little bit more about you, your process, and where you've been because you've done some phenomenal things. And we're looking forward to seeing some more of your phenomenal works. Looking forward to seeing your name on these billboards and all different kind of rolling credits and animations and movies and Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, because you are truly doing some dope, amazing things and you bring a different flair to the industry that we want to see.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. No problem.